Welcome to another episode of The Purple Couch, and today I am super honored to have my mama on the couch with me, and this video conversation is gonna be mommy was long overdue. I've done a video like this with my dad just because I think it's so important as kids to get to know our parents more before we actually sit there and try to really judge them. It was about that time, so let's get right into it.
We're ready.
Cheers. Always find an excuse, Mom, to drink vinito.
Un vinito. Salud.
Salud. I really just wanted to make sure that I have this quality conversation with you just in case anything should happen to you.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean?
Just in case, we never know.
Although we always have quality conversations, but I was like,
this time you wanted to record it.
I did. So I know you're the oldest of your siblings.
I am.
How was it being the oldest and being raised by my grandma?
How was it? It was challenging. It was challenging. I felt like I was her husband because a lot of the time she was single mom. And so I had to pick up the slack, and she kept having babies, and I'm like, oh my God, another brother, another sister, oh no, but we did it, I learned to become that. I had to help him with homework, I had to help him with food. I wasn't a fancy cooker. I never have been.
We know that.
Yeah, hamburger helper.
Our meals consisted of hamburger helper, tater tots, fish sticks, macaroni and cheese.
What's the one that on the hot dogs on the stick?
Hot dog on a corn dog.
Corn dogs.
And the famous weenie roll taquitos. We thought we were balling.
Yeah, hey, you know what? That's how I learned to cook when I was little. I had to help my mom.
But you know what, Mom? Nunca nos faltó nada.
No, nada.
And one thing I admire about you and my dad is that I always remember you guys working. My dad would get up to go to work. He was a construction worker. My mom would get up to go work she was working at a clinic. And it was like, I would always see you, and I think this is mine and Susie's memory of you, like getting up, putting on your makeup, doing your hair.
Put on my makeup.
Always. Your lipstick, it was a thing.
Yeah.
And
it was my routine.
It was your routine.
It's still my routine.
And you would do your hair and you would blow dry it. And it was always so admirable for me as a daughter to just see you on the go and on the grind. I don't have those parents. I didn't have a stay-at-home mom, right?
No.
We had two parents that worked their ass off.
Yes.
They worked their ass off to provide a life for us, right?
Yes.
Not a rich life, not a poor life. We were middle class.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Super thankful for that. So, you grew up in LA.
I did.
Right? But you partially grew up in El Salvador, too.
Actually, I was born in LA, and then I was raised between the United States and El Salvador. And then later in my teenage years, Mom moved to Huntington Beach.
Okay, so how was that?
It was just like this, like that. It was just like a move. Mommy was just like, whenever she was done with something, she was done and she moved. So me as her
do you
daughter,
feel like that affected you in a way?
Oh, yes. I think I went to 4 high schools. And so I think that's why I don't have I have acquaintances, but I don't have long time friends because I was from here to here to here, One time we were in Atlanta, Georgia.
What the heck were you guys doing over there?
Well, Mom had moved us to Atlanta, Georgia, and I think we were there for a few months, and then she said overnight, let's go, we're going back to LA. So then I went to Norwalk. So, I moved a lot. I think that's why it doesn't bother me to move. I think the moving part didn't affect me to I want to be grounded somewhere. No, it kind of I think I enjoyed it after a while. You just got to go with the flow.
I had stability growing up with you and my dad.
And see, that's what I did. That's the difference.
And I also enjoy moving when I need to get up and go, but mine was different. It was more for my career.
Your moving was by choice.
Yeah.
My moving when I was a child, I had no choice. I had to follow suit.
And I think there's a lot of people probably watching this video like, yeah, RaqC, I could really relate to your mom. If you could relate to my mom, drop a comment down below and let us know, like, were you that person that was forever being moved? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that could really relate to that story.
Yeah, because when we have single moms, and I mean, that was her life. And mom, that was, I think that's one of the things she's taught me is to be a good runner.
Wow.
And that's not a good quality. Because when things got tough for my mom, she tended to run. Either run out of the conversation or run out of the situation.
Wow.
And it's like, no. That's not how you do
That's where I get it from. Darn.
Yeah, sorry, mommy. I know you're hearing this in heaven, but yeah, that's the way you were.
No, but see, this is really good to know because sometimes you are in situations in life and you want to know, like, where do I get that from? Right? Like, where do I get that characteristic from? Because I've been a runner in relationships. Sometimes if it's not up to par or working the way I think it needs to be working, I'm like, I'm out. You know, no matter how long I've been in this situation, and it's not a good quality to have. I don't want to be a runner when I'm married.
No, you're not going to be
I want to park it.
Yeah, you want to park it. Yeah. And you will.
Yeah.
And you will because you're speaking that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish I would have known what I know today. I would have parked it. But I didn't know that.
So I like to say that I get a lot of my logic from my dad. If you guys have seen my interview with my dad, when I talk to him, my dad's more like calm and logical, and you know, I get a lot of my bubbliness, personality, loqueras from my mom.
Just tú.
Yes. So where do you feel that you got your outgoingness? Because since I can remember you, Mom, we were notorious for the most epic family parties.
You say were?
Are.
You know what? I hear a lot about her. That when she was younger, she was a ball of energy, and she was an entertainer, and she was a dancer. Something happened to Mom when she got older that it's like she retracted from that.
I wonder what it was. What do you think it was?
You know what? I think really she never went within. That's my retrospect from seeing her, because as I was with her till the end of her journey, I would see in her sometimes that spark. I would see it. And then I go, Mommy, why don't you show that all the time? And she goes, hay mucho trabajo. So she got comfortable being quiet and introverted because it is easier to be quiet.
Yeah, it is. And it's safer. It's safer to be quiet.
So I think she took the safe route. And then I thought, but you know, when you have a message to bring, you can't be that.
Absolutely not.
And mommy had a beautiful voice.
Oh my God. Okay, let them know about my grandma and who she used to see. Like my grandma, for all who don't know, had one of the most beautiful singing voices.
Yes.
Like my grandma sounded like who?
Libertad Lamarque.
Google Libertad Lamarque, because this woman, my grandma sounded just like her. She was one of the most amazing trio singers.
No, she was not solo.
Oh, solo.
No, era una señora artista. But what my mom taught me with that is that we all have a voice.
Yeah.
She came to this world with a beautiful voice. I'm sure she was here to bless many others, but she chose not to use it.
Wow.
So for me, that was a lesson that I have to use my voice. I don't sing like Libertad Lamarque.
Yeah.
I don't sing. I better not sing. But anyway, but I have a voice. And so today I know by her example that I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to use my voice. And so that's why I'm like, vamos, party, divertámonos, hagamos, digamos. I love to write. I love to do all that because I'm not going to lose my voice like Mommy did.
Let's talk about your dad. Right?
Oh,
was he super present? What was that like? We don't have to go into too much detail.
Yes.
How much of an influence was your dad in your life?
I was raised with an absent dad. My mom and him got divorced when I was 6, and my view on this and my point is like I felt like that he left and he turned the page and he never looked back.
Yeah.
And so...
And I'm sure a lot of people watching this could say, yeah, that was my dad too.
Yeah, and
so you're definitely not alone on that. I don't understand what that feels like. Thank God. I have a solid dad. You chose a good one for us, Mom. Yes. But I feel like there's a lot more women and men that are watching this that could say, yeah, I had an absent father. Like, who in their right mind does that? I will never understand. Y al que le quede el saco, pues que se lo ponga. But how do you literally create life and just walk away from it? It will never make sense to me.
See, it doesn't make sense to me, and I'm 61. But I have to accept it.
That's what it was.
That's what it was, and that's what it is. Because, till this day, he chooses to not be in my life. I mean, one of the reasons I paid attention to your dad is that he played the guitar like my dad.
So that's the way my dad made you fall in love?
Well, yeah. One time the counselor says, what attracted you from your husband? And I said, that he played the guitar. No, but what deeper? That he played the guitar. I definitely had daddy's issues. He played the guitar like my dad. So eso me llamó la atención. And I think your dad had other plans.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Éramos las gringuitas que llegamos a El Salvador, and so pues ya.
So you met my dad in El Salvador?
Sí.
It was just on one of your random trips over there?
Yes.
Or was it like you had been seeing him every summer? Or how did that work?
I was walking y alguien allá estaba un chero tocando la guitarra, and he sounded like my dad played the guitar, and he sang, and so I said, vamos a oír quién está tocando la guitarra. So I went to check out the guy who was playing the guitar.
And it was my dad.
And it was your dad.
Oh my God. And then what? Did you guys like lock eyes and you're like, that's going to be my husband? Or how, or was it just like innocent love?
No, I just said to the amigos, ¿quién es ese que toca la guitarra? Y dice, pues es el Choco Mauricio. And I said, hey, conectame con ese. Me gusta cómo toca la guitarra. See? My initiative.
And that's how it all began.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Wow, you see, guys, the storytelling is such a beautiful thing, because in storytelling and in listening to this, you become more understanding. I always say, when you don't understand a situation or a person,
talk to them.
Seek to understand it, whether that means like studying them or having a conversation with them. I've had women write to me and telling me they have daddy issues, but they never had the opportunity to ask their father, why did you leave? Even if, because sometimes they really, really, really leave and they never even get to know them. Yeah. So how do you even ask a father that you never even met, why did you leave me?
You can't.
Have you ever had that conversation with your dad?
I never have.
But why? Like,
I don't know. I think I've searched, I've tried to reach out, but I always find a
resistance.
You know how people don't latch to les tiras el lance, but they don't take it?
Yeah.
And so it's just like you get to a point where it's like, I'm not going to go find out. I'm going to have to just accept it. And I'm a great person.
Yeah.
I'm a great person with the women and the men, because I had great grandpa and tios and everybody. I didn't have my father's influence by his choice, but I had other great men's influence in my life. So today, I'm in a place of gratitude.
Yeah.
I don't want to know why he left. I don't want to know why he doesn't want to talk to me. I don't want to know. Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at peace. And I'm going to be happy. I pray for him and I bless him.
Were you able to ask my grandma questions before she passed away?
Yes.
Like, were you guys able to have those deep conversations that your heart had been yearning for?
Oh, gosh. We cried. We held hands. We applaud each other. I hugged her. I mean, it was like, I really, really had no idea that taking care of my mom in her last end of her journey was going to be so healing. And so if anybody has an opportunity, don't run from it. Go to it. Because she's the person why you're here. Yeah. So I got to know everything, and I became her confidant. And I wasn't an easy kid, I left the house because I was unhappy with her. So it was like a reunited time.
Yeah, yeah. Later on in life.
And so it was like a full circle.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Things always work themselves out. Yeah. Whether we understand them or not, it's just beautiful the way life works itself out. It's like all the wrinkles always end up getting ironed out,
But you have to be willing to do the work.
Yeah.
Because
preach it, mama.
Because sometimes us daughters, we don't want to go into that space because sometimes the conversations are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like sometimes mommy would tell me things that is like, Mom, I don't want to know that. She goes, you need to know this. And I was like, ooh. And you know what? I would just let it go after, but she wanted me to know things that happened and why it happened, you know?
If your mom were to pass away and there's all these things inside of you that haven't been spoken of, all these resentments, all this hate that you just like, because you want to be prideful, you want to hold it in, and it's like, suddenly your mom, something happens to her, and you're like, oh, I saw that video with RaqC, and I still wasn't willing to open that can of worms, you know? So I encourage you to open that can of worms.
Yes.
Go there with your mama.
Dive into it. Have a great conversation. Crack a bottle of wine, water, whatever, tea, coffee. But it's your mom.
Get to know your mama and get to know your creators. At the end of the day, it is your mommy and your daddy, if your dad is around, right? Or if your mom, because there's also those moms that disappear. You know what I mean?
And you know what? If that is the case, find a therapist. Find a friend. Write. Do something, but get rid of it. Get it out.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of women in my world of profession, and so many women are sick emotionally because they're holding in a lot of crap. Get it?
Yeah.
A lot of emotional crap.
Literally.
And that emotional crap will translate into physical illness. So if we are holding in crap physically, emotionally, or spiritually, get it out.
Thank you so much for joining me on this intimate conversation. Conversation's gonna be mommy. I love you. And before we get out of here, before we wrap it up, honey.
What?
Okay, so listen. I asked you, you're probably like, why are RaqC and her mom holding an eyeliner? There are those things that you will never forget your mama has taught you. I do this every single day, and I learned this from you. Growing up.
And I learned it from mom.
Yeah. You see how things are passed down from generation to generation? So we would be going to school. She would be taking us to school, and my mom, you know, one of those multitasking moms that was like putting on her makeup, having breakfast, having her coffee, kids in the back seat, running a mile a minute, right? And I would always see her put on her eyeliner as she drove with no mirror. And guess who is a professional at doing that now? Me. So let's show them, Mom.
Let's do it.
We get the eyeliner.
Yes.
You basically get it, and we could both put it on with no mirror.
Yep.
So you put it on your waterline, and you go like this.
That's it.
Okay.
It's done.
Boom! Thank you guys for watching. We love you. Thank you, Mom, for being such a special, beautiful soul in this world, and just infusing me and Susie with so much love. And just for being you, you know, just simply thank you for existing.
Thank you, and thank you, God, for all that He's blessed us on.
Blessed
blessed and highly favored.
And healed our family so much. We love you.
Yes.
Drop a comment down below.
Yes.
Let me know your favorite thing about your mama, why you love her, or maybe you have a messed up relationship with your mom and you yearn to heal it. Anything is possible.
This is the year.
This is the year. 2020 has been crazy. But
let's fix it.
Let it be even more crazier and heal your relationship with your mama. I'll catch you next video. I love you. And thank you for tuning in every single week.
Thank you.